Peace, family. What's good? It's your brother God Science. I'm up in here once again. Before I even begin, shout out and a special salute to the few that do watch the video, subscribe. I really appreciate y'all, man. Salute to y'all, true indeed. I just wanted to do a build real quick on a live stream that was done by Neter'S yesterday. And I think it was a very powerful live stream, which was about dealing, I think it was yesterday, dealing with the Bible and our people being stuck in the Bible. And the reason why I really want to do a build on this is because I went through this a couple of days ago with my family. And I'm going to explain that. So this is not a video to get views off of Neter'S name or anything like that. This is actually, I just want to build on top of that topic because I actually tried to call in, but it was so much people calling in, I can't even, get through. So this is my way of, saying my piece. But basically, I grew up in a Christian family. And, my uncle, which I've talked about before, who's right now he's a Hebrew Israelite. He was in the Nation of Islam. He was one of the persons that was what you would call conscious in our family, that had awareness. He was real pro-black. As a youngin', growing up, he always, made me read like Malcolm X autobiography, things like that. Took me to see, do the right thing. He always had a black, pride. And, so I have a lot of respect for him. Now he's a Hebrew Israelite, and everybody has their, their beliefs. The problem is, a lot of people sit around, we have the government shut down, and some people focus on all the things that could go fucking wrong. Like government shut down, the white people are coming to get us, we gotta get guns, we gotta arm ourselves, we gotta get food, water, stock up because doom is coming. And, it might be true. I just have a totally different fucking perspective on it. And he wanted to call a meeting for the family and talk about this. Now, I didn't know what he's going to talk about, but I know it's going to be some doomsday shit. So I was like, you know what, man, I'm going to just go in respect for him. So I went, and picture this. You have a whole house full of Christians, and I'm the only one that you probably will call conscious in there. And my dumb ass had to open my mouth because he started going to the Bible. And, we still got people. Look, I'm not saying there's some good things in the Bible. All right. I still say the 21st Psalm. That, it could be my mind tricking myself to think that Psalm gives me comfort. But as a kid, my mom always, she read it to me. When I had nightmares and things like that, she would read the 21st Psalm. So there's some good things in the Bible. I even use a book called The Power of the Psalms. It's like a blue book, and it has different Psalms for certain issues that you're going through. And I've been using that for years. I'm not saying that it's really, we have to start asking ourselves, what we're doing, is it fucking working? Because I always looked at this. I was forced to go to church, okay? Church Sundays, you can be sick, you can play like you ain't got no clothes or what the fuck, you're going to church. That's how my grandmother was. Your ass is going to church. And I always had, I would feel like, they have a way of making you feel like you're Satan or you're a devil worshiper. If you question anything out the Bible and you bring other knowledge, if someone just totally studies the Bible, nothing else but reads the Bible, and you come with some other knowledge outside the Bible, you're going to be looked like Satan. And that's like at that meeting at my family, they looked at me like I said, when I left, they probably was like, that boy gonna burn in hell. And this is the problem that I have with the shit. Who loves Jesus more than black people? I'm gonna wait. Nobody loves Jesus more than black people. You hear that shit 24/7. Now, I think I have the understanding of what Jesus really is, which is an energy. All right, Christ. I won't even say Jesus. I'll say Christ. The energy. It's an energy, not actually a person. But everybody has their own perspective. But it seems like, we're always stuck in a fucking jam. We're always having a fight and, you know, for just human rights and all this shit. But then we're the biggest worshipers of Jesus. I mean, it doesn't make fucking sense. So why are we not winning? Now you have the Hebrew Israelites that come to, well, because we broke this way, we're cursed. Some people believe we're cursed. I don't believe that shit. You know, another thing that was with in the live stream that signed that he was talking about belief, between belief and knowing, and I get that, but at the same time, I think a lot of people get belief that is such a bad thing. You know, you believe that you're gonna see your kids tomorrow, right? You believe that tomorrow you will go to work. You believe an hour from now you're gonna get up and be able to go to the refrigerator and get something to eat or something and watch a ball game or something. So I hear people talk about, you know, belief is such a bad thing, but at the same time, you do believe certain shit. Now I get knowing, which is, I believe it is more powerful when you know something, you know, but belief, I don't think anybody can go without believing certain things. You're going to take a test. You believe that you're going to pass. You might not pass, but you go into it believing that. So I don't think you could automatically just erase belief out of people's lives. Now, understanding, believing, now in the nation of gods and earth, we was taught that there's no mystery God. And what we mean by that is that people believe in a mystery God that's out there in the sky. This is how I was brought up to believe, that there's something outside yourself, outside in the sky, and he's just sitting there watching, and Jesus is going to come back. But, you know, I guess it has to get worse and people have to suffer more and more and more. I understand that suffering, you know, brings growth, and suffering does bring enlightenment. I get that. But, you know, if Jesus is supposed to come, when the hell is it going to happen? You know, and people really believe, you know, especially black people, I think it's impossible to get black people out of the Bible. And that's what I learned, you know, when I went to my family's meeting, is that, for one, not everybody, I guess, is ready for certain knowledge. Not everybody, I guess, you know, and this is how I look at the whole thing. Some people just have to take certain steps. I don't think everybody's ready for the knowledge. As fucked up as it may sound, that, man, fuck that. We need to get out the damn Bible. We need to get I guess some people still have to evolve. And no matter what the hell I say, I could poke holes here, poke holes there, poke holes there. You're going to believe and believe what you want to believe. But if it's working for you, do it. If it's working for you, do it. So I understand people that, you know, like I said, I grew up in a Christian home, and you can spit, you know, believing in the Bible full-fledged. You have to get rid of critical thinking a little bit, and it's just real. Okay, some things just not logical, and you know, some people really believe that there was a snake in the garden speaking. All right, I've heard that. They believe it was a real fucking snake. They believe that it was a Noah's Ark and he was able to fit all these animals on a damn boat. You know, and I think that's the real issue that Sanetta was trying to say, is that we're taking the Bible literally where it's more metaphoric. I mean, if you really look at the Bible, especially the part when Jesus, in the book of Matthew, and on when Jesus was on the scene and he was speaking, he always spoke in parables. He didn't just come out and say shit just plain. He was tell a story and say something in a parable, and within that it'll be some type of deep message. And I think that's what the whole Bible is, you know, things that said, but it's a more esoteric, more, you know, metaphysical meaning than just a, you know, who the hell believes that snakes don't speak? Come on, you know. And the whole story about, you know, like Sanetta said, you know, God being, you know, sitting back and watching, you know, people being gunned down. I mean, you know, these are questions that a lot of black people will not fucking ask. But I used to wonder, are we cursed? Are we really fucking cursed? I started believing that shit, because I'm like, if you sit back and you look at people on the planet Earth, black people, especially African Americans, so-called African Americans, it's always some type of fucking struggle. And it's always, we know the man is always on your back, and you know nobody fucking likes it. We don't like our damn selves. Like, with, you know, and not saying that other people have issues, but with us, we understand the shit that we've been through, the slavery, you know, how many people died, how many people got hung, you know. And I don't, you know, of course you will have Christians will say, well, that had to happen. God works in mysterious ways. That was always the question. You see, the pastor didn't like me. When I came to church, I always had some hot ass question, and he didn't like me because I was questioning God. And I'm talking about real fanatic, and I'm not trying to pick on Christianity, but we know people, you know, come on, let's be real. Some of our family members are real diehard Christians, and if you start asking too much questions, you are questioning God, and that's a trip to hellfire. All right. You know that's a trip to hellfire. You can't question God. Just, goddamn it, believe shit. And you know, they have this way of, especially if you don't accept that, when you start going through, you know, struggles in life, they'll be quick to say that's because you don't have Jesus as your savior, that's why you're going through some shit. Well, I did that damn experience, and it doesn't mean shit, because like I said, I grew up a Christian, and I was going through shit. I was loving the hell out of Jesus and still going through shit, because that don't work. The point is this of the whole video. I'm not going to stay too long. What I'm trying to say is we really need to sit down and relook of what we're doing. You know, like a caller, I can't forget his name. I can't remember his name, but he called on the live stream, and he was basically like, other people that serve, you know, their gods. Do they go through what we go through? You know, why us? You know, we're supposed, you know, we're in church 24/7. You know, we don't miss you know, any chance we get, we in church. We, you know, black people are, I do believe, a spiritual, we have a spiritual, real spiritual side to us. I mean, come on, there's nobody that's filling up these churches but us. But then we get out those churches and we're faced with shit that we shouldn't, you know, it's like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So let's really look at, you know, the Bible. We understand what the Bible is. All the missing books, it's not a complete picture. Then you have to look at who, you know, a lot of people ignore this, but the people who put the Bible together, they just automatically ignore that shit. And then the fact that the same people, I mean, look at us out here. We fighting for fucking shit like civil rights, not to be hit by cops and shot down and all this shit. You know, it's like they hate us every way we turn, but they love our soul so much, they're going to give us the truth. It just doesn't make sense. You know, you're going to treat me like shit in a physical form, but oh, you love my soul so much. You know, we're going to treat you like shit, and yeah, we're better than you, but damn it, we want your soul to be, we don't want your soul to go to hell, so we're going to give you the truth right here. Here, the Bible, take this. It's like, you know, and then the shit that we're not supposed to mess with, you know, astrology and dealing with magic and all these things, you know, that's evil. That's evil. You give a shit about, I mean, I would think that you'd be rushing me to the evil shit, because you can't stand me in physical form. Why the fuck do you want to save my soul like that? It doesn't make sense. You know, so all I'm saying is, you know, question it, man. You know, let's relook it and see if we're doing something wrong, goddammit. Because we shouldn't be going through the same shit. It's like a cycle. You know, your grandmother, Jesus coming back, she dies. Then the next person, Jesus come, then they die. And Jesus been coming back since 1945? You know, this is the same thing I was telling my uncle. You know, You know, Donald Trump is the Antichrist. You know, I remember Ronald Reagan was the Antichrist. Then George Bush was the Antichrist. I mean, it gets ridiculous. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. What y'all think about, you know, the Bible? You know, like I said, I'm not going to throw the whole book away. There's good things. There's a lot of things you can learn from the Bible, you know, and I've learned a lot from it. But I think we're taking it, you know, it's the way of to decode it. It's the thing about the Bible, man. It's one book. And from that one book, there's so much confusion that you have 10 or more different religions stemming from that one damn book. That's to tell you that something is wrong. We don't know how to interpret the Bible, because you have all Baptists, Protestant, you know, Mormons, then they go to, you know, it's so much out of this one Bible, and it's so much disagreements out of the same damn thing we're reading. So I think that just shows a red flag. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. What y'all think about the Bible? Has that helped you in life? Do you, you know, think that it's not being interpreted right? We taking it too literally? You know, leave your comments. Thank you if you stayed this long and listened to me rant. Really appreciate y'all, man. And I'm out. Peace.